Being hit while walking does not guarantee a strong case for you. There's a belief, and it, rightfully so, that if somebody hits you while you're walking, a car hits you while you're walking, well, they're at fault. What I've found is that these pedestrian cases are not so clear-cut as that. What ends up happening, the car who's at fault, they'll often say that you were not in the crosswalk. They'll say that you were not walking when there was a green walk sign for you. Many times it comes down to your word against their word. Even if the police report says that the car who hit you is at fault, that police report doesn't come into evidence. If we had to file a lawsuit in your case, the law in Florida says police reports do not come into evidence if the police officer was not a witness to the crash. 99% of the time, the officer was not a witness to the crash. They show up after the fact and they talk to some folks and then they decide who they think is at fault. But again, just because you're a pedestrian and you're hit by a car, that car may try to skew the facts and say you were not walking at the right time, you were walking in a place you shouldn't have been. And so the fight comes down to these very minute facts. Where were you placed? Where were you walking? Were you within the crosswalk? Where on the road were you? If it was at night, were you wearing anything that, they could see? And so what's important in these cases is you get an attorney on board right away who can collect the evidence, who can go and find witness statements, who can go and look at maybe the skid marks on the road, things like that we hire experts to do to make sure that we have the evidence to prove your case. Because even though there's a police report that says the other party's at fault, again, that is not binding. Insurance companies don't always take the word of a police report, and we often see that they don't, and that's when we have a fight on our hands. And that's why you need to get an attorney on board right away. Because a lot of times these pedestrian crashes, there are catastrophic injuries. Give me a call. I'd be happy to help you with the case. We can sit down, we can do it via Zoom, however makes you comfortable, and we can talk about your rights and how I can help you. Appreciate your time.